everybody, hello. Happy Easter to those of you of that persuasion. I hope you're all having a lovely weekend. The forecast here, the weather forecast for the day is, it's spring-like. There's a bit of warmth around and it's lovely. It's really lovely. Anyway, down to business. See, not too much chatting at the beginning, I'm thinking. Just crack on. Right, architecture. That was Mr. F's prompt. Who knows where he gets them from, but don't worry, he's now out. We're not having any more of his stupidity. Well, no more of my stupidity either. We've got all the suggestions that Nancy and everyone else made. Nancy isn't here today. She's got a family Easter egg hunt and brunch. So she won't be joining us today. So I can safely say, Nancy, what were you on? She suggested so many things. Anyway, I've written them all down. They're all in the hat. And we'll see what comes out for the tag prompt for next week. This week, however, we're dealing with architecture. And Mr. F, some time ago, found me these. There's two of them, actually. I think I've just got one. They're cards. They're described as decoupage cards. Not being a card maker, I haven't got a clue what you're supposed to do with them. This looks to me like a card. So I don't know what the other bits are for. But anyway, there's several other bits that go with them. That bit, that bit, that bit. They all look pretty similar to me. Anyway, I took one of the pieces and cut this out. So this is my architecture. It's a lighthouse. Well, and these houses as well, they're architecture, aren't they? So they're going to go on my tag, like so. And because I've got a little gap here that I'm not too keen on, I've also fussy cut this out. That's just going to go down there and solve that problem for us. So what we need to do is, oh yeah, and also had this thing that says sunny days are on the way, and I quite liked that. It had a little crooked house on it. And I wondered if maybe we could put that there or something. I don't know, look, it's getting to look a bit like a card, isn't it? Right, so what we want is the background. Now I have very quickly gessoed this, and I can see now it's not an even coat, so that'll be fun. And I'm just going to do a inky background. So I'm using Distress Ink in Faded Jeans, which is my Faded Jeans brush, this one perhaps. And the corners get cut off, so I'm going to start at the corner because that'll be the darkest bit. But it doesn't matter because it's going to get cut off. We're just going to do a sort of blended inky background. When it's on gesso, you can move the ink around so you don't get any of those nasty marks that you get when you do it on ungessoed paper. Right, so that's about as far down as I want that one, I think. Then I'm going to use weathered wood with this brush. I think this is the right brush. And I'm just going to blend. Oops, it's going to be a bit creased up. Blend those together, which you can do if you've gessoed your page. If you haven't, this paper's a bit thin, isn't it? If you haven't, you can't blend them because it goes on the page and it sticks and you can't get it to move for love nor money. Oh my goodness me, this is really creasing up. So I just want a lighter colour down the bottom. It's a good job this has been stuck down, isn't it? Because it's I'm creasing it up. Right, so I think we'll be all right with that. I think we're down into the houses now. Let's just have a look and see. Yeah, it's darker, going lighter, that's the main thing. And is that, are they going to cover? Yeah, that's fine. Quite like that. It's always a good idea with skies, no matter whether you're using acrylic, watercolour, oils, whatever you're using. As it gets closer to the horizon, it gets lighter. It just does. I don't know why, but it does. So it's worth remembering that. So that's going to get stuck on there, but I want to do something more to this background. I want to make it interesting. So I've got this stencil out, I've used this many times. I wish I could tell you where I got it from because it's a really nice quality stencil. I think I used those the last time. Maybe use the chevrons this time just for a change. And I'm just going to stick with the 2 colours that I've used. Don't start introducing new colours because they never look quite right in my mind. So I'm going to go back to my darkest colour, which is the Faded Jeans, and load my brush up and then just position that kind of straight and just go over sections of it just to give a bit of interest like that. And it is amazing how they stand out, even although they're the same colour as we've just inked that with. It's amazing, isn't it? Amazing. Let's bring this down a little touch to there. It's just all wherever you fancy, really. That's all. Like that. Oh, I don't like that when you get half one. I can't see for the light, but I'll try and put that back where it was. There we go. And I'm just going to come down the middle here. Right, there we are. That's kind of it. That's the background pretty much done. It's as easy as that. The only thing that I am going to do to it now is sprinkle it with water. So I've got my Tim Holtz Distress Sprayer, and I really like it. I know some of you have had this and you don't get on with it at all. I just do. I love it. So I'm coming back a good 8 inches and I'm just gently pulling back on the trigger. So you get some drops of water on your work. And then just leave it, just be patient for a couple of seconds. Just let it do its work. And what it does is it eats into the ink. It pushes the ink away from it. It repels the ink. And then I'm just going to roll over with my nice little tissue and roll back again. And there we are. Look at that. It looks so much nicer. I love it. It's just interest, isn't it? So what I want to do then is put that on there and make sure everything's looking all right. Yeah, maybe could do with another little sprinkle down here. That's quite a big sprinkle, but that'll do. And the other thing I want to do is, because this is a lighthouse. Oh, you're a bit far away today, aren't you? Oh, could we come in just a little bit, do you think, Miss Trev?
It's conceivable.
Conceivable. There we are, that's nice. That's broken that up. Yeah, that's much better, thank you.
You're welcome.
So there we are, I've got a bit of interest going on there in the middle as well. See, it's just lifted it hasn't actually lifted the ink. What it has done is push the ink aside. Now, this being a lighthouse, the clues of the title, lighthouse, this part's going to be quite bright, isn't it? Because that's where the light's coming out of. So
that is just the house.
Yeah, well, that's just a house. You're so right. It's just a house.
A tall, thin house with a spiral staircase.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah, but we're going to...
With a sea view.
With a sea view, yeah. But we're going to make it into a lighthouse. So I'm going to use my Tim Holtz Distress Embossing Glaze in Fossilised Amber. I love this colour. The difference with the Tim Holtz Distressing Glazes, embossing glazes even, sorry, is that they are translucent. You can see right through them, but they do leave a hint of the colour. And I love them. I just love them. I am a bit of a Timmy freak though, to be fair. In case you hadn't noticed. Right, so I've got a Distress embossing pen. Other brands are available. and I'm just going to go over the bit that is the light with my pen. Try and get it all. Then I'm going to sprinkle my embossing glaze on it. Knock that off. That's okay. Return this to the pot. Lovely jubbly. And let's just heat emboss that. Let's just get this lid on, because you know me, guys. You know what I'm like. I can't get the lid on. Oh, that's it, I've done it. Right, let's warm this thingy up. Heat tool. Yeah, let's do that.
Judy.
Hello, Judy.
Janya.
Hi, Janya.
Jen and Mike.
Hello, Jen. Hello, Mike.
Connie.
Hi, Connie.
Tammy with the new big shot.
Hi, Tammy, with your very fancy new big shot.
Benice.
Hello, Benice.
Rose.
Hi, Rose. Hi, Jim.
Kyung.
Hi, Kyung.
Terry.
Hi, Terry.
Kerry.
Hi, Kerry.
Amanda.
Hello, Amanda.
Julie.
Hi, Julie.
Linda.
Hello, Linda.
Kim.
Hi, Kim.
Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Louise.
Hello, Louise.
Noella.
Hi, Noella. Nice to have you back.
Laurie.
Hi, Laurie.
And Karen.
Hello, Karen. Wow, so many of you today. Thanks very much for joining me. It's really nice of you. Right,
I'm
so...
going to say Julie.
Yeah, you said Julie, yeah.
Oh, that's all right then.
Yeah, you said Julie. She'd soon tell you if you missed her out.
It's true. She's not shy at coming forward.
Well, she's a Yorkshire lass. Right, so that needs to stick on there. And as you can see, I've embossed my... Well, you can't see, actually.
Oh, yeah, it's there.
It's embossed. There you go, look, see? There, it's embossed. Excellent. So I'm just going to stick this down. This is kind of like the easiest tag ever. But part and parcel of it is that... Oh, I know what I've forgotten to do. I didn't even lay the stamp out for it. What's wrong with you? I want to stamp around the edge. Let's see if I can find the stamp. Yeah, here it is. It's right on top. This is a darkroom door stamp, and they come in these fabulous cases, which makes life easy for putting them away and stuff. Because you know I'm not the world's best at putting stamps away. In fact, I'm awful at it. I need to be smacked. Right, you didn't hear that. Just get my stays on in jet black. You can use any stamp you like for this. We're just going to go around and give it a bit of a border, that's all. I'm just going to get a bit of this tissue out so I can stamp off onto that, because half of the stamp will be off this. Oh, I'll tell you... I've got my stays on open now. Steady on, girl. Think things through. I'm going to cut the tags, corners on my tag before I start stamping round the edges, because then I'll know where the edge is, won't I? Yes. So there's that one. Right, so now I have my proper shaped tag. This is the last tag for the book that we're doing at the moment. And next week, in next week's live, I'll go through making a cover for the new tag book, and the size that the tags are, and the things that we stick the tags onto for anybody that's come to the party late, because I know there's a few of you unsure as to how to make the base pages to stick these on. So we'll just go through the whole shebang and decorate some of the backs up of the ones I've already done. Just checking that was the right size. Needs to be 8 inches. It's just a little bit more. Let me just check that. Let me just check. Yeah, because this is the book, so you sort of need to know how to do that.
JJ says hi.
Hi, JJ. Let me just check that I've got this height right, because it looks, yeah, it's fine. I don't know what I'm going on about, really. Right, let's get stamping. So I'm not going to use a stamp block or anything like that. I'm just going to get some ink on this side of the stamp. Just stamp around it like that. It's just a kind of, I don't know, like an edge, a faux edge. And come down this side. These are all numbers and things, bear no relevance whatsoever to the seahorse. I nearly called it. What's it called? Lighthouse. Yeah, lighthouse. So that, yeah, that's fine. I'm happy enough with that. It's just an edge. Just makes an edge.
Kim says the embossing pen's one of the things she keeps forgetting to get.
Oh, they are so handy. So handy. In fact, I might just have ordered some more. It's possible. It's possible. Art from the Heart, for those of you in the UK, have got 10% off Timmy this weekend. I mean, that's like dangling a huge big cabbage. It's like dangling a huge cabbage in front of me. No, carrot, in fact, that they have 10% off everything Timmy.
Other vegetables are available.
Yeah, other vegetables are definitely available. But we had cabbage for lunch, so we did have other things with it. It wasn't just cabbage.
That well-known saying, the cabbage and the stick.
Yeah. Right, when it's all stuck down, when I've got all that stuck down, I'll go around it with the faded jeans again with a dauber, just to make the outside really dark, but not, I'll stick this down first.
Kerry would like to know which embossing pen you use.
It is, you see that? Distress embossing pen. And they come in a pack of 2. This one is a brush nib, and the other one that comes in the pack is a bullet nib. And they are so blinking useful. Just for isolating parts, you know. So I'll do my best to glue this fairly quickly, because I appreciate it's not that exciting. But I think I'm pretty organised today, you know, with what I'm doing. Shouldn't say that, should I? Every time I say I'm organised, things go horribly wrong. But I think I am. I started to get organised yesterday. That's an all-time new for me, because usually it's Sunday morning that I take to get organised. But yesterday, I was organised, wasn't I, Mr. F?
Shockingly, yes.
Shockingly. Okay. So I'm using Cosmic Shimmer, even although it's in this little bottle, because my art glitter has given up the ghost. I've used all the art glitter that I've got, and to the best of our ability, there isn't any in the country. So I just have to do without and use Cosmic Shimmer, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's good glue. So get that on pretty straight, like so. Stick down all these little chimneys, because they look like they might want to stick up to me. There we go. So architecture in place. And then this little blue house down here, just because it looks cute really, and it saves us having to worry about this bit here. So I'll stick him down too. I'll say I'm enjoying doing the tags, and I really enjoy seeing what you've done with them. Kerry, I love seeing what your granddaughter Chloe does. She's a very artistic little, talented little girl. And that's always a joy to see someone so young doing our craft. And so let's pop that there. There we go. Lovely job. Well, it needs flattened down, then it'll be a lovely job, I think. Let's get the Timmy towel out. There we are. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, because that looks relatively flat, looks quite nice actually, but a bit flat, I'm going to get my black, if I can find it, yeah, my black Stabilo All pencil out. You could do it with a fine liner if you want to. I'm just going to use this because I've got it, but you could easily use a fine liner. You could use a biro if you wanted. I'm just going to go around the outline here, and it will actually kind of push it forward. It's a kind of drop shadow, I suppose, but it does just push things forward and you can notice them better. So it just takes a minute just to go around everywhere. Because this is a Stabilo All, I could actually go around it with a water brush as well and pull the shadow out further if I wanted to, but I'm not going to on this occasion. I just want to pop it out from the background. So it does, like I say, just take a couple of seconds, but I don't think it's tedious. It's just a nice thing to do, really. You could also highlight some of your houses in white if you wanted to. Put a white line. Lots of things you could do. Could do with sharpening my pencil. That's what I could do with. But am I going to? I think that's doubtful. There we are. So that it just brings them forward. I don't know how it works or whatever, but it does work. So, I mean, if you really wanted to, you could go around that layer as well, which would bring that forward. But let's just call that good. And there we have it. That's this week's tag. Done. I hope you like it. I do like the sky. It's nice. And I like the lighthouse. I like lighthouses for some reason. I don't like the sea, but I like lighthouses. So there we have it. That's that. So now let's move along. Look at that. 24 minutes. Tag's done. Done and dusted. Let me put that stencil away. Now then, let's move on to Edith. Now, those of you that have been following me during the week will know that I have been making... I was fiddling with my glue at the minute. There we go. I've been making an Edith accordion journal. Kind of, well, very similar to the Tim.
Linda says, were you going to add the say in?
Oh, yeah, I was thinking about that, wasn't I? Who said that?
Linda.
Linda. Well done, you're up. I was also going to put blue round the edge. So I'm not finished the tag. Yeah, I was thinking of putting that there. But I think I like it better without it. It just looks too much like a card. Yeah, I was also going to go around the edge, wasn't I, with with faded jeans. Oh dear, not finished at all. Right, let's just go around here. Try and darken this edge up a little bit. I don't have very many blue inks in my stash. So I can't go over with a darker ink, darker blue, because I haven't got one. But I do use faded jeans quite a lot, actually. It's a good colour. Don't know if it's going to do much on here, but... Does it need more? Let's give it one more quick go round. There we have it. Right, now I think my tag is finished. Just a bit severe there in the corners. Right, yes, I do think it's finished. I've thought about putting the saying on, and I think no. It's too much like a card. So yeah, now it's finished. Hooray. Let's put these inks away and my brushes away before we move on to Edith. Oh, it's great when you've got drawers where things go.
People think it's better without the saying.
Yeah, I agree. We're making a tag after all. Jen likes... Oh, the tag in total?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Jen. Right.
That one's full now, is it?
Yeah, it's full. I've already said that next week we're gonna devote to the tags, to a new book cover, finishing the backs of some of those, making the things that they stick to, you know, the bases. So yeah, next week will be purely tags. But this week, for the remainder of this week, I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to talk to you about the Edith journal that we've been making. Now, each page of this I have videoed, so that there's a playlist called Edith Accordion Book, something like that. And every single page that I've done has been videoed, and it's in that playlist. This was the cover that we did, but of course it has two covers, because this is every bit as much a cover as that one. It's just hasn't got anything on it yet. So these are the pages we've done. I did these two, I think, last week. This is the lace page.
Shift your head.
To the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember? Oh, come on. Do you remember that game when you were kids? It was called Misfits, and you had 3 different sections. You had a head, you had a body, and you had legs. And you made up people. And they could have, you know, the heads could change. I feel a bit like that when he does that with my head. Anyway, we've got lace here. All the pages have got this collaged background, which I think is one of the nicest things in the book, actually. I love those collage backgrounds. And like I said last week, I thought I'd come up with it. I was all pleased with myself. And then I watched Scrapbooking with Me, and Edith was doing a collage out of Edith Holden. Hers is different. So, you know, I can't say it was my idea, although I know I thought of it for me, but other people have done it. You show me a piece of paperwork that somebody hasn't already done, you know, there's only so much you can do. So this was the postcard, that's out of the Edith, and then I stamped it on the back with postcard, drew a line down there, and that pops into that lace pocket there. This is the CD card holder. Flips out, that's just a stamp. I stamped on it and then I craned it, coloured it in with crayons, and you can see all of that beautiful collage there, which I love. That horse never gets a look in. I'm telling you, he never does. All the Edith journals I've seen, I've never seen anybody use that blooming horse. So there he is, loud and proud. We put a bit of tatting down there, and then in here we've got the journal card with a butterfly on, and stamped on the back with butterflies. That just slides into there. Then this was fussy cut and stuck on. I have done more fussy cutting this week than I've probably ever done in my life, actually. And just stamped a couple of butterflies up there, so that page looks nice and complete. Then the next page, this was the tummy tuck belly band that we did. This is a fussy cut nettle, and yes, Linda, I feel your pain, but it's so worth it when you've done it. I really love this. I love this page. Let's put lace down each side, 3 buttons at the bottom, and then I made a journaling card to fit behind it. That's another really lovely image. And that's a butterfly from the book that I just stuck on there. So that goes into there. Then this was our first trifold. This is the iris, also fussy cut. And that just opens up. Then we've got this chaffinch here, fussy cut chaffinch, and this is a collage. It's just a strip collage, various bits that I had left really, and I've just made them up and put the chaffinch on there with his berries. He looks lovely. That opens up. This is the ribbon. I just put it away this morning actually, but I've had it for so long, always intending to use it on an Edith project and always forgetting. So I stuck it onto some Edith paper. That's just a paper clip in there to stop that from moving, because I can't bear it when they move around. And that's just a pretty little Edith image with some journaling on the back. So that goes in there, and the safety paper clip just keeps it in place. This, the pocket folded up for this one. That's just a straightforward pocket, lace along the top. Look at those beautiful birds. I love them. That's out the Nature Notes. It's gorgeous. Then this is this olive green gingham paper that we've been using throughout. One of the butterflies from Edith and just a bit of book page across there. And that just pops into there, lace and string at the top. Then this one, side pocket, another piece of fussy cutting. I must be bonkers. I don't know what I was thinking. And I've sewn around it. And I've rounded the corners, Julie. And then we've got that lovely robin there. It's nice, that trifold. And it all fits together really nicely and flat. So that doesn't need a closure. Then onwards to this page, which will be the cover, the other cover, not the front or the back cover, just another cover. And the inside cover needs doing as well. This one, I deviated from the Edith paper and I used something that Mr. F had found me in a charity shop, which I thought was absolutely perfect. I mean, look at that. It's so Edithy. And I made 2 buttons, and the top part of each is another piece of this card. And that opens up like that. This is a gusseted envelope. And the kit that I can't pick that up. That the card was in also had writing paper, so I cut it down to size, and I've included that in that little gusseted pocket. So that goes in there, that comes down here and just closes up like normal. I hadn't decided whether to put a bead on here. I've decided now. I'm not. So that's that. Right, the next page, is another trifold. This time it's fastened up with seam binding. And on the front we've got a pocket and these beautiful, I love my little blue tits. That's a great tit, that one. These are blue tits. And that's just got a tag in behind it with Edith, not fussy cut this time. And because I was trying to keep the bulk down, I have just put a loop of ribbon over the top, and it's a sort of ribbon that wants to fray. So I took a gas lighter, a fire lighter with a flame, and just ran it along the ribbon to stop it fraying. Be careful if you're doing that. It is a naked flame. So that's the front page. It opens up. Then here, this is just for beauty alone. It's an Edith page with a fussy cut cowslip on, and I really, really like it. Then here we've got a side pocket. Look at that, those roses, those dog roses. Oh, possibly one of my favourite in the book, could be. And then this is the little pocket. That flips out. Then we've got this with a nice tag in it, just out the book. And backed, of course. Then this fussy cut stuck onto some cream card and faux stitched. I could have stitched it, but I wanted to faux stitch it because I think it looks nice. So that's the apple blossom that I've fussy cut and then faux stitched around. I quite like that. And then on this page we've got a little glassine bag that I've inked around, and then this is just a piece out of the book that I've stuck on and just folded round to the back. This is another chaffinch that I've fussy cut. And then that's got a tag that slides in there, and I've backed it, of course, so that just goes into there. Don't be awkward. What did I say? I said don't be awkward, and now it wants to be awkward. Right, there you go. It's not that difficult really, and all the tags I've done the same way to try and keep the bulk down. So that goes like that, and then we just tie that up, and that's a really nice trifold. It's a trifold I bet you find in just about every journal anybody's ever made. Excuse me, because it's straightforward and easy, and if you watch the video you'll know just how easy it is. So there we have it, bit of seam binding on there. Then this page, this was one of the early pages that we did, the 2 fussy cut birds. Rum and coke will be required soon. Bit of lace along there, fussy cut these leaves out, stuck the birds on top. It's got this journaling card in there with a fussy cut pasque flower out of the book, stamped butterfly on the back, and then this that was, well it is, a postcard out of a kit of postcards, but it was so shiny, so I've done it over with transparent gesso to knock that shine off it, and when you take those out you can see the, oh thanks so much.
People are liking it.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, so they fit into there like that, which brings us to the cover, and there we go round again. So what we need to attend to today is this cover and that, and then we're finished. And it's gone so quickly, this project, and I hope you've all enjoyed it as I have. So let's do the cover first, because the inside cover is a bit of a fiddle. It's kind of one of my weird inventions that I know it works, it does work, but it's a bit convoluted. So what I have done is I have printed out some pink spotty paper from the journal boat, and I think it's called Love Blooms. I've cut it out 5x7, which is the same size as all our collage pieces were, so that's going to fit perfectly over there. So that's a piece of 5x7. Then from the same kit, the Love Blooms, I've cut out I've printed out and cut out this green gingham look, and I've cut that to 4 inches by 6 inches. So that's going to go there. Should we stick these down as we go, do you think? Would that be an idea? I think so, maybe. So let's get that flattened out. Right. Don't say that itchy nose is coming back again. That drove me bonkers last week. I am trying to make this live not more than an hour and a half, because I think that's long enough to be sitting still in one place. I had to go to the doctor this week, and I've evidently got a varicose vein, which makes me feel about 900 years old. But, you know, I don't think that I should be sitting still for long periods of time. I don't think it's going to do my varicose vein any good. Oh dear me, it sounds so old saying that.
Pam says she wishes she had a 16th of your talent.
Oh my goodness me. I'm quite sure that you have. All this is just years of doing the same thing. So I've got a bit of glue on there, which I don't want at all.
Jen says it's a beautiful journal. She's watching the process.
Thank you. Thank you. So there we are. We've got that on there. Lovely. Now I know we haven't used this paper before, but I do think it's nice for the cover.
And Jen's pushing the drinks cart around.
She taking orders? I would have thought that Jania would have been good at that. So all I've done is cut these out at the measurements I've just told you and inked around them. You don't have to ink around them, of course. That's just what I decided to do. You can ink them dark, light. Somebody was using bundled sage, and I've used that before with Edith. It's a really nice complementary colour with Edith. Right, so I want that kind of middle. That looks kind of middle. Well, middle-ish. A bit more that way, possibly. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think that's alright. Quite happy with that. Okay, so, right, the next thing is this pocket that I've made. And I think I made it a quite convoluted way. I don't know why. I've taken a piece of paper that is 8 1/4 inches. Oh, I know why that was, because that's the width of A4. So if you're using letter and it's 8.5, take 8.5 inches, it's fine. And I've just it measured before I folded it in 3.5 inches. So that there, from there to there, is 3.5 inches. And then I folded in 1/2 inch. So now I'm just going to glue these little folded up bits down. I don't know why I made it into this pocket rather more than... But it doesn't matter, this is what I've done. Well, for those of you that have been watching the videos, you'll know that we are the proud parents of a new lawnmower. And Mr. F took it out for a spin just before the live and reported that it was good. And I can see it's worked because the grass is shorter. What a thing to spend money on, isn't it? A lawnmower, when you could have had Timmy supplies. But, you know, it had to be done because the other one was absolutely... Well, it's in the tip, actually. The engine came out through the casing, which isn't good. It's not what you want. Now this, the opening here is on this side. You know, you'd be pulling things out this side. So I want the opening in my pocket to be on this side as well.
I mean, to be fair, I kept using it for another 6 months before I gave up on it.
Yeah, you did. You did, in fairness. So let's just say I've stuck that there. In fact, I'll just stick along the bottom underside. I'm not going to do it on there because you know what will happen. So just a thin bead there and down here. Then we have actually got a pocket. So let's just stick that down. And I have already inked around it. So that ultimately is going to go there, okay? There-ish. But I'll show you the other things that I've got and then we can place them with care. I have this that's from the title page. It says The Country Diary, and I couldn't fit in of an Edwardian lady, so it just says The Country Diary. So I want that just inside the green gingham there, like that. The other things I want, I've got her name. I'm not sure, I might have to cut that off a little bit. I'm not sure. I'll just move that up a bit to there. And her name's going to go there on the bottom. And I've got this lace. It's that self-adhesive lace that you get from the range. It's probably an expensive way to buy it, but I don't know, it always seems quite good. So that's going to go there, from the green to the green. Then I've got a pink flower. I want that just... I'm going to have to bring that down. I'll bring her up just a little bit because I want it just at the bottom of that pocket and over the Edith name just a bit. Then I've got a pink flower that's going there, and I've got some leaves. I've ripped these off another flower, but they're going to sort of go there like that.
M says hello from Australia.
Hello!
It's 1:43 a.m.
Oh my goodness, get to bed.
Just wanted to say I think you're incredibly cute and I could watch you for hours. I hope your cat is well. Saw the video the day you found him.
Oh yeah, he's big. He's a big boy now, and he's doing really well. He's very curious, which is good. So this is a bird nest from the book. It's just a bit too large. I'm going to have to chop it a little bit down there. But I'm not fussed if it comes out over here. I think that looks quite nice. And then I've got 3 buttons. That. I've got a pink, I've got a white, and I've got a green. So they're going to go there somehow. So that's, and then I've got a little journaling card for there. And that's just an ordinary tab. And if you want to, put a earring, I nearly said. An earring probably do it, actually. Put an eyelet in there and dangle something off it if you want, if you want that. I don't particularly. I think this is busy enough. So that's the overall look of the page. What do you reckon? What does anybody reckon? Tammy likes it. Keung likes it. Keung, it's ages since I've spoken to you. I hope you're all right. Michelle likes it. Oh, that's all right. Right, that's 3 people. That'll do me. Okay, so let's get sticking on. I have inked everything. It's just a question. Let's remove those buttons. Let's stick this on first, shall we? Because I actually know where that's going. If you have been watching Julie in the last few days, Camellia Crafts Designs, you'll have seen that she has been making a paper bag journal. And I tell you, it is so cute. It's really, really lovely. And if you haven't been watching it, go and watch it. Not now. Not now. Watch me. So I'm just going to take the squares on the gingham as a guide to where to put that. That's looking fine. Right, now I need to work out sort of where this needs to go. I think about there. Just hold things in place without moving them. Yeah, I think that's going to be fine there. So I'm just going to make a little pencil mark because once I move it, the gingham all looks the same. So just there. And I'm just going to stick this back on. I quite like this. I thought it was pretty, very pretty. Of course, you can use, if you like the dots, the polka dots and the gingham, you can use any colour you like. We use mauve gingham in the other cover, lilac-y, purpley. There we go. Just check that's the open end. And that's 3 squares in, 3 squares in, so that must be fairly central. There we go. Okay, lovely. That's that down. Just going to get my bone folder because it sounds like there's air under there. That's better. Okay, this is going at the bottom. This we know. See what I mean about being organised though? With fussy cuts and everything. Buttons. Because last Sunday was a bit of a palaver, if I'm honest. Nothing went right. Right. So that's 3 dark cut. Yeah, that's exactly right there. Blimey. Okay, so that's that down there. Now then, the next thing is the nest. So I want it on the page, but I'm not fussed if it goes right to the edge of the page. But I can't have it over this pocket, and these are too fragile to go over the pocket and stand up for themselves. So I'm going to have to trim those off. So let's just see where we need to trim them and make a line. And this one, about there. Just put the lid on my clue.
Jen says she blinked and missed where that gorgeous flower came from.
This one. Which one?
Well, the flower, I guess the one I can see. There's only one flower I can see, that one, I guess.
Hobbycraft.
Oh.
Can't see my blooming pencil mark now.
Jan Rosier says hi.
Hi Jan, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Right, that's all right, I think. I think that's going to go on there quite nicely. It's fairly central. I like that, actually. I really like that nest. So let's get all these little tricky bits glued down. So after the live, we are going to do what we normally do and go for a little little jaunt, as we call it. We have a can of pop between us as we go, and we have the orange pop variety, which we refer to as champagne, and we have the lemon variety, which we refer to as Asti. Don't ask me why we do this stupidity. I have no idea, but we do. And for Bob, of course, he has his sausages and water. So it's a real family occasion. And he loves it. He's a real moaner, is Bob. He's a very moany dog. And he moans all the way until you get somewhere so he can get out, have a little quick canter round, which he's always very speedy about because he wants to get back in the car and get his sausages. Then he has his sausages, then he calms down and goes to sleep. But he won't go to sleep till he's had his sausages. There we go, and that fits on there quite nicely. Just pick up any excess glue that there might be around. Oh, I do like that nest on there. Okay, so we're getting there. We are getting there. So there's this to put along there. Should I put it to there or should I put it to there? Might put it all the way across, you know.
Judy still laughs at Bob eating all the picnic goodies while you were taking photos.
I know. I was just thinking of that, Judy. Honestly. He was so speedy about it as well. Right at the bottom of that pocket then. And right at that edge. I'm just going to pull this off as I need it so I don't get into a right tangle. There we go. Yeah, that looks nice all the way. I haven't put the thing on my glue. And it's a really thin nozzle, it dries up quickly. So let's just snip the excess off of that. There we go. Nice. That can't even go in my bit box because it's sticky, so it's in the bin for it, I'm afraid. Right, so I've got this tag. Let's just check that that fits. Oh, like a glove. Yeah, that fits. It's going slightly better than last week, isn't it? Okay, so yeah, this flower comes in a pack. There's maybe 15 something. Not like this. There's larger ones, then a middle size, then this, then there's some smaller ones. And anytime I'm in Hobbycraft, I just grab them because I know I'm always going to use them. But I think one is sufficient on this. And I think these leaves look quite nice. I'm going to have to trim them down a bit because they're just too big. But I think they'll be fine like that. And it doesn't matter. We've got half the hinge to play with. So, yeah, that's fine. Let's cut them off there. Right. Let's just get those stuck on. Yeah, like that. Marvellous. I'm going to use collall for this. I don't know what it's like for fabric and stuff, but it's worth trying, isn't it? Let's give that a second to set up. That's a good thing about collall and a bad thing about collall. The good thing is it takes a couple of seconds to set up, which if you're holding something like this seems like an eternity, I know that. But the other thing is that it gives you a chance when you put things down to move them, which sometimes art glitter glue does not. I still haven't got my glue from the, you know, the people, the museum people who use it for, can you tell me what I'm trying to say?
The glue?
Yeah.
It's the...
Exactly.
Preservation.
Preservation, that's the people. Yeah, preservation people.
That restore books.
Yeah, that restore books and that's the glue that they use. And it's got a royal warrant. Oh, I've got too much on there now.
It's acid free, it's archivable.
Yeah, it
lasts for 300 years.
Yeah, it sounds like everything that you would want in a glue. You know, it's not water based. So when I get it, I'll tell you what it's like. Because it's much cheaper than any of the glues that you buy for crafting. Because as soon as people think it's for crafting, the price just goes right up. It's a bit like wedding cakes and stuff. Just go stupidly.
It's EVA glue.
EVA glue, yeah. Right, let's hope that sticks on. I mean, it will stick on there. I still haven't found my distress collage glue. It's somewhere down in that corner. But then again, so is everything. Right, if that doesn't want to stick this time, I will seek out my collage glue and stick it on. Right, I managed to lose a button somewhere. Where's that gone? I've got two. Ah, there's the third one, just peeping out here. Stay! I wonder if I've got a clip that's long enough. I've got this one, it's Mr. F's clip. That'll do it. Just clip that for a minute while we stick these buttons on. So, 1, 2.
It says perhaps the cat hid your collage glue.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised.
And Mike says the price goes up and the bottle gets smaller.
Yeah, that is the truth, Mike. It really is. Just wondering whether I need all 3 there. Does it look like overkill? Do I just need 2? Usually I tell you to do things in 3s, but I'm thinking 2 is all that's needed there. So that's in fact all I'm going to do. I'm just going to put 2 on. I'm going to use this glue. I don't know if it's going to work or not. It might. It might not. The thing is, with the next page, there's a bit of fiddling around before we get to stick it in, so these might have a chance to dry. Right, there we are. There we are, they're down. I don't think I've got a clip that will go that far. So I'll just leave them to their own devices. I think that looks alright with just the 2 buttons on. We can always revisit it. We can always stick another button on. Right, so I'm just going to leave that to the side temporarily. Right, the next page, which is the inside cover and the last page. It's a bit convoluted, okay? It just is. Because it's something I thought of myself. And I have done something similar to this before, but not for a while. Right, this is our base page, the normal collage that we've used throughout. And I can put it to one side. What we need is, and I had this written down, so where's it gone? I had all my instructions written down. Come on, come on. Here it is. Right, this is a sheet of A4, but it could be a sheet of US letter. It really doesn't matter. What you need to do is, and I appreciate you won't see all of this because we're in a bit close, but you need to crease 1/2 inch on one of the long sides, okay? And then turn it round 90 degrees like that, so your 1/2 inch is at the top. Then score at 6 inches. Then score a further 4 1/4 inches, so that's 10 1/4. There we go, and that's us finished scoring. Put the scoreboard down. So this bit, you've done 6, you've done 4 1/4, and then you're left with this bit. That is chopped off. Chop it off. We do not need it. So I'm going to chop it just inside that score line so as I don't see the dent. My cutting's not great, not everybody knows that. But I'm trying my hardest. There we are. And then you, what you want to do is cut off a little angle there, you know, just miter it like that. And at the top, got something really sticky on my scissors. And at the top, then just fold those just together like that and cut into the score mark. So there we have it, like that. Lovely. Sorry, I've just got to get rid of these. So the next thing to do is, whether you're using A4 or letter, doesn't matter, is fold this over to meet that score line, just shy of it, okay? Just shy of that score line. And crease it in. You could do it on your scoreboard, but I think it's more accurate to do it this way, to be honest with you. So that's that. So we've got that there. Let's crease the other score line that we did. Make sure it's square before you do, because sometimes they can run off a bit. So that's that. And then let's just fold these in. I can't remember off the top of my head which way they go, this way or the other way, but it doesn't matter. And this one too. So what did you make for breakfast today, Mike? I bet it was something nice for Easter. Like a chocolate egg. So I'm just going to score these lines in that we've just folded. I mean, I don't mean score, do I? I mean, yeah, you know. Right, so there we have it. We've got this. Now then, what we need to do now is get the other one out because it's a bit more finished. Did I put it away? I've put it away. Oh no, it's here. I'm gonna have to carry on. So what you need to do now, right? This is it. This is the big 6-inch side. This is the 4 and a bit side. I'm folding it over like that, and I want to cut out a line there because I'm going to fold this up like that. So take your scissors and cut out either side of that score mark, which will just enable this to fold without getting crinkled in the crease.
Jen says it was fancy. They had McDonald's today.
Ooh.
She says we're on vacation this week, so eating out is the only way.
Oh, how lovely. I love McDonald's. They've told us that they're building one at the place kind of nearest, biggish place nearest to us. But I see no evidence of it yet. Why is it not built? Why are we not there?
I know, 50-mile round trip's worth it, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely worth it. We could go when we're jaunting. We could jaunt to McDonald's. We could have Asti or champagne and McDonald's. I mean, what could be finer? Right, so that now that you've taken that little cut out of there, that now folds up to there. So you've got this front piece that's 4 1/4, this back piece that's 6. Okay? Right, now I'm going to move on to... No, I'll keep going. I'll keep going.
Let's go to McDonald's and become a gallivant.
Oh, we've got all sorts of names for... Yeah. You don't need to know it. They're just names for things. Yeah, this one I've got going the other way. Is it going to work then? Yeah. No, it's not. Hang about, guys. I've got something going the wrong way here. Let's fold those the other way. Let's take all of this stuff off. And then we can see what we're doing. Because I think I've folded it the wrong way. It's not the end of the world, I don't think. It could be, but I don't think it is. Right, this is the one I've just made. But this, yeah, it's the same. No, it's not. It's not. Look. I've put the fold on the other side. Okay. Can I rectify that or not? Not really. Let's do that again then, so as you know what's going on. I thought it was all going a bit too well, you know. You get the feeling, don't you, something's going to go horribly wrong. Right, so let's do that again. Let's score the 1/2 inch in along the long side. That bit you can't get wrong. Well, you know, I'm talking about me. I can't get it wrong, not you. Right, that's the 1/2 inch. Now then. Okay, so that goes like that. Right, you score at 6. Is all this very familiar to you? It's very familiar to me. We've just done it. And then 4 1/4, so that's 10 1/4. This is what we've just done, except I've folded it wrong. So, whey, hello.
Did you want to know if it wouldn't have flipped over to the other side?
No, because I'd cut that thing out. So I would have had to cut the other thing out, I think. Anyway, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing this time. Honestly, give me 2 blinking score lines and I'm lost. Right, once again, we're cutting this off. Everything that we did up to this point is the same. I told you it was convoluted, this. It seems like I was right. Right, so that's that.
Jen says she's going to Vegas on Tuesday and she hits it big on the slot. She's retiring.
Oh. Very good, but you know, don't lose.
You'd have to define big.
Yeah, don't lose your shirt. Right, so I'm looking at this one that I've got as a template. Right, so what I did the last time seems to still hold good. We're going to cut that off. Just fold that a little bit and cut into there. And then just the top. These non-stick scissors have got tape stuck to them. You wouldn't think it, would you? Right, so that's that. No, is that that? That's the bloody wrong way again. Ooh, sorry. That's it, like that. Please, if you don't mind. Right, so let's fold that back and that back. If you're following this, you're doing really well. Really well.
If you're following this, you're doing better than you.
Yeah, you're doing better than me.
Kathy says hi.
Hiya, Kathy. Right, let's have a quick recap of what we've got. There's the piece of paper. It's scored at 1/2 inch down the right hand side, and that 1/2 inch is then mitered at the appropriate places, and that folds in like that. Okay, so we've got the 6 inch piece on the top, the 4 1/4 inch piece on the bottom. Right, so far so good. So then I want to take this with the flips inside and fold it up to that line, to the end of the paper, so it's straight. So you're folding it in half, and it doesn't matter whether you're using A4 or letter or what, because you're just folding it in half. It's not a measurement, it's just you're folding it in half. There we go. Right, so this is the 6, this is the 6. We've now folded it in half with the flaps inside. This is 4 1/4, 4 1/4, and we folded it completely in half. So let's just burnish that down. Right, so that's that. So what I want to do now is cut out this crease line, score line. And if this isn't right this time, I'll just say goodbye and we'll get about our jaunt. So up to that score line there. Then we'll have another look and see what we've got. I think it was the excitement of McDonald's. Let's just cut that off.
Judy said that her and Kathy were wondering if you still have the little button-head figure and your little grocery cart. We have both.
Yeah, of course we do. Right, so let's just concentrate on this for a minute. So that gets folded like that, and then this, where the inside bit is, gets folded up like that. And because you've cut it, it won't interfere. You'll get a good fold on it. You'll get a good crease. So let's crease all of those in, and then I'll go over it again once again. Right, so concentrate on this bit then. Here's your sheet of paper. Do you want, I don't know, it's plain. We've got 1/2 inch folded in there. Do it then.
No, Karen, don't lose your track.
We've got 1/2 inch folded in along the long side. We then turned it like that. We scored at 6 inches and a further 4 1/4 and cut off that remainder. Okay, then with the page looking like this with the 6 inches on the top, we folded that under, this under, and brought this piece over like that to fold down the centre and burnish that in. Now we can fold this up like that, so we've got something that looks like this. And you may ask why. I'm asking myself now. Why? Just why? Right, so far so good. Can I stick those down yet? I don't know. Let's decorate this back piece here. The inside 6 inch piece. Okay, so when it folds like that, we're now going to decorate this piece of 6 that's looking up at us. Okay, and I want to cut out a window, so I'm actually going to do it on the back of this because I don't want the lines to show, and I'm just going to mark in where those score line is, and I want to measure 5/8 of an inch in from the score line, which is there, and draw a line 5/8 of an inch in there, all around, and draw a line. Oh, I don't think that was exactly 5/8. All the way around. Like that. So we're going to have a window in this. That's too much. There we are. So we've got our place where we're going to make the window. So you could cut across in the middle and then go around with your scissors. If you don't have a craft knife, or if you're not keen on using craft knives, I just find it the quickest way. But you could easily, if you've got a die cut, use a die. Not altogether sure my knife's terribly sharp, but we'll give it a go. If this works, it's going to be a miracle, isn't it? It's going to be another one of those Sunday miracles. I'm not sure this is cut around, but we'll see. Just be careful if you're doing this with a blade and you're not used to using blades. Yeah, that hasn't cut very well at all. A new blade may be the order of the day. Oh, cut better than I thought it had. Let's go down that one then.
They're all planning a Paintalot posse to Vegas.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Janya's going back to see the male dancers.
Oh, really, Chania? My goodness me, we're finding it all out today, aren't we? I'm just going to cut the bits that I haven't cut, because I could be here all night. They're pretty close to being cut, to be fair. The male dancers. Right, so I have a window. Hooray. Let's just cut that little bit out there. Okay, and now I want to ink around the window.
Corrine says hi.
Hi, Corrine. Welcome, welcome.
Yeah, Hume said the first Miss P convention should be in Vegas.
Oh my goodness, can you imagine getting ready to go to Vegas, Mr. F? Imagine getting Bob and Catkin the tuxedos on and that.
Right.
I don't think that's going to happen. If I'm honest with you, I don't think it's going to happen. Right, there we are. We've inked around our window. But I am envious of you, Jen, for sure. But, you know, don't lose your shirt. Right, so I've inked around the little aperture for the window. And what seems like in a previous life, I did actually cut some acetate out. I did. I know I did. It's here somewhere. There it is. It's over there. It wasn't over there at all. I cut some acetate out and I put some double-sided on it. And it's so close to the edge, but we should be all right. So let's just pick off the release tape.
Oh, Mike says they'll all have to come here instead. Yeah, Blackpool's not quite the same.
It's not quite the same, no. No, it's not. We don't have any. Well, we don't have any states. We don't have any counties that kind of allow that sort of gambling, do we? Or not? I don't know. You get casinos here, don't you?
Yeah. But there isn't one place that people go to.
No, where they flock for gambling. The gambling centre of the UK. Oh yeah, just be awkward. Why don't you be awkward?
A bit far to Monaco.
Yeah. This is really awkward.
Keong's 100% down to go to the UK, so's Janya, so's Kathy, so's Mike.
Right, now,
Michelle says, yeah, we're all going to show up at your property saying, we're here.
just need to make sure I've got this on the right side. So that's folding like that, isn't it? That's right, isn't it? Yes. So I need to put that on the back. And like I say, it's really tight for space. I don't know why I made it so close, but I did. Right, that's that down. Let's burnish that and call it done. Okay.
Kathy wants to know who's ordering the t-shirts.
This needs to get stuck down because it's just a flap to strengthen that. And what are the t-shirts going to say? That's what I want to know.
I don't know.
Right, so that's that. So we need, that's the tag that's going to go in it. This is the bit that's going to go on the back. So when the tag's not in place, you'll see that, which looks pretty, doesn't it? Yay, it does. I feel like we're making a slight bit of progress here. Might be wrong.
Kim says, Miss P Posse.
That's what you're going to have on the t-shirts. Well, are they going to be pink? Or are we going to have wildflowers on them like Edith?
Just lots of bling.
Lots of bling. Jen will want lots of bling. She's a bling girl. Right, there we go. And that goes there. Like that. Make sure it's not in the way of that or that. Excellent. It's not. So that's fine. I was going to stick that on that and cut them both out together. What a pain. I forgot. So actually, I'm just going to leave that cream. Should you be desirous of putting that on, please do so. I just forgot. Right, so I'm going to... Well, I'm not going to stick that down yet, actually.
Jen says distressed edges and lots of bling.
Yeah. Right, so there's a bit that goes on the top, but there's this bit here. Right, so this goes on the front of the bottom part. Like that. Perfectly like that, in fact. Seems such a shame, doesn't it, covering up one side of Edith. What can you do?
And they want Mr. F field trips to charity shops.
Well, then you'll have to do it local to here, because this is where he knows. He knows he's round.
Yeah,
right.
I don't necessarily want them fishing in my waters.
Well, there won't be anything left, will there? Let's be honest.
No, because I'd go around 2 weeks before and make sure they're all empty.
Yeah. Right, so that's going on there. Then we've got a cream piece of card on there, which I thought I was going to use for journaling, but then I decided I wanted to stick something on it. It took me ages to come up with all this twists and turns for this section. And really, when I look at it, I don't know why I bothered. It's not kind of that fancy, as Keong would say.
Fancy.
Right, that's lovely. That's there. I've inked around it. It's got a bit of glue there that I don't need or want. Stick the lid on that. Let's do a bit of faux stitching. If I can find my faux stitching pen. Hello, where art thou? Here it is.
Jen says who needs to bring clothes, just bring empty suitcases to fill up.
Empty suitcases and some like comfy pants, like joggers or something like that, and a t-shirt. Yeah, and a bra for during the day. You kind of have to conform on that front. Well, you don't have to. Right, so I'm just going to go around here and faux stitch. And I know it takes a little while, so I'm sorry. but I like it.
Kathy says, thank you for all the time you take in preparation. Not that you'd notice.
Not that you'd notice, no. I mean, I had this in... I even said to Mr. F, this is going to be so slick this afternoon. Yeah, well, it wasn't. Wouldn't be me, though, would it, if it was? To be fair. Right. I like this faux stitching. You could easily stitch around this piece of cream card before you stick it down and not faux stitch at all, but I like it.
Jen says, could you pull them pants out the bin with the holes in? They'd be perfect.
They would be absolutely perfect. They would. But don't worry, I have more that have got holes in. But we've decided to burn them, not to give the bin man the chance of turning them down. So I've cut out this swallow, or house martin, whatever he is, and he's going to go there. And I've fussy cut this tiny little bit of branch with some berries on, and that's just going to go up there like that. So that's what's going on that bit there. So I'll stick this fella down first.
Julie says you could sit in the garden and watch through the window.
Yeah, you could. Well, you could now the grass is cut, yeah. I don't know what Catkin's going to think of the grass being cut, because it's going to curtail his stalking activities. Not that he ever catches anything. I think largely he stalks invisible things anyway. But now the grass is short, it's going to be a right problem for him.
And Judy says, don't forget to show us the treasures Mr. F found the other day.
All right.
Because you did promise.
Yeah. Maybe bring that over just a bit.
And we mustn't forget the drawer either.
Oh yeah, I mustn't forget the drawer. Let's just pick up any extraneous glue and stick this on down.
And Kathy said, Julie, wouldn't that be so creepy? All those craft ladies staring in.
Yeah, it would. It would, but it would be funny.
It would be funny.
With a big screen outside, you mean? Or are you just watching me?
Just watching you through the window, I think.
All right, okay. You probably won't hear what I'm saying, not that that'll be much of a loss. Right.
It'd be even more creepy if me and Mike started doing it to the ladies.
Yeah, that would be creepy. Right, so that's that. So I've got a little tag that goes in there, which is this one when it's glued down, but I don't want to glue it just yet because something else happens to it first, wouldn't you know? Then I've got this, which goes this way up, down here, and I've got a little chaffinch and it's a wren actually, I beg your pardon, a wren. I've got a bit of paper here actually that goes there. Same sort of idea, similar thing. This time it's a wren, and I've fussy cut him out, and I've also fussy cut some extra berries so they can go like that. So that's what this page is going to look like. I told you this was going to be messy. I did one of these, in fact I did a few of these in Tim Holt's papers, and I decorated it all Timmy. Slightly different but kind of the same idea. And I should have remembered. It's just not easy. It's not straightforward. But I didn't remember. And even when I got it together yesterday, it seemed to be all right. Okay, so we want this facing this way because this is going to fall down like from there to there. So we want this so you can read it. It's in German, but you know, if you were reading it, it would be the right way up. So just stick this little bit of cream card down. I think it's details like this, you know, putting something inside it, the chaffinch, etc., inside it, that make it special. You know, we haven't just scrimped on decorating the outside. Just a bit too much glue on there. Right, let's try and get this fairly central if we can. Up a little bit. Yeah, there. That's good, I would say. Yeah. Just move that a bit. Okay, so now we've got the joy of sticking this down. Now, he's going to go like that. And these are going to sort of look like they've joined there. So I'm going to leave him there so I can just stay there. So I can stick these berries in the right place. It's a fiddle. I know it's a fiddle. But, you know, if you want it to look nice, you've got to take your time, haven't you, really? Other pages in the journal have been really quick. You know, like a lace pocket, etc. Belly band even. But this one, no. This is not quick. I think that's about it there. Come on. Oh. Could have done without that. That's alright. It's had a mark there, glue mark there, but it's going to be alright. It's covered up. Phew, it'll be okay. That's the thing with this Cosmic Shimmer or Art Glitter. It doesn't ball and rub off like the Collall does. So you've got to be pretty accurate. Especially onto plain paper like that cream card. Right, let's try and get this really where we want it. There. There. Let's go with that. Lovely. So there we have that, and I think that's really pretty. I really like that page actually. I'm just going to snip that off. Right, so just when you thought it was safe on the streets, it's not. For you may see that I have buttons. That doesn't go there. I'm going to put one button on here. And yeah, I know it's on top of other things. It's just the way it is. It's just life. Sometimes things get in the way. You could have moved that down, which would have been sensible. And this card here is going in there when the final day of reckoning. And then on the top, we've got a little bit more to do. It's a piece of card, and there's a 1/2 inch fold in it. And what you want is to hook that 1/2 inch over the back. So you want this the same width as this, which will be different if you're in the US to the UK. But you want it that same width, and you want 1/2 inch over the back, like that. And you want it to just come down to meet this, like that. You see? It just meets that, like that. And it's going to have a button on it. What happened to the other button? Did it fly off? What have I done with the other button? Life, man, it's so complicated. And then I've got a couple of butterflies. I've got some paper and I've got a couple of butterflies that are going to go on there. Right, I need to find my other button. So
it must be in that lot that you've just done somewhere, surely. There it is, look underneath.
Where? Oh, underneath. Excellent. Right, so what I did was I cut out, it's just 2 pieces of quite thick craft card actually, and then I got my middle for diddle, which is a tool made by Mr. F.
You've done some cream card, you can see it better.
I put it on some cream card so you can see it better. And the punches, the round circular punches that I've got are the 1 inch and the 2 inch. So he's made a 1 inch mark there and a 2 inch mark there. He's actually scored them into the thing, so you can't erase them. They won't erase, they're scored in. And then you put your button down, whatever size it is, and you line it up like that. It works, I find, best with my propelling pencil if I put quite a lot of lead down, so it can go through that thin hole. And then there you have it, there's your middle, which you can then punch out. So I know a couple of you have asked for them, so they will be on their way to you soon. Right, so I haven't glued this up because I want to put my middle for diddle thing on there, my button. So let's just see. Let's take the cards out, we don't need them in yet. Getting too excited about things. So where do I want that? Do I want it there or do I want it there? I don't know, I quite like it there actually. This measures in my in my instance for 3 7/8. So that will be the middle of it, 3 7/8. No, I need to half that. So half of 3 7/8 is 1.5 and 3.5. So what's that? Please, can you help me? What's half? Well, it's just less than 2. Let's call it just less than 2 and be done. So I'm going to make a mark there. So that's where that one's going to go. And this one will sort out in the fullness of. But I'm just going to punch through with my with this on the smallest setting, and make sure that you've only got the one thickness of things. So let's punch that out. There we go. Put that to one side. Get my brads out. You can do this loads of ways. There's as many ways to do this as there are crafters. You could put an eyelet through it. Loads of ways of doing it. So put your button on over your hole that you've just made. Put your brad down through, or whatever, you know, however you're holding it. Make sure that's pushed right down. Open the legs up, and I'm just going to put a tiny little bit of masking tape on that, just so as when you push the card in, it doesn't get caught in it. So cover the legs up with it. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue in it because, you know, masking tape isn't known for holding forever and a day. There we go. So that should ensure that the card just goes in and out without, nobody's ever going to see this, it's inside a pocket, so you know, it's just doing that job. So we've got our button on there. We can now close this pocket up, I hope. I'm closing it up anyway, for good or ill. So the flap gets some glue like that, and then you fold this over onto there. Is that right? No, I don't think that is right. Let's take that off. No, that's not right, you stupid woman. Forget that. Let's just wipe off what I can wipe off there. What a convoluted way of showing you something. This gets stuck down on here just to reinforce that side. Like that. Lovely. Right, now that sticks onto there, And then when you fold it up like that, you've got a little pocket in there. Hooray! How complicated was that? Not as complicated as I made it, I can tell you. So I'm putting glue down that side, down there. And then glue along here. Well, glue everywhere. Apart. No, look at that. Oh my goodness. I put glue on the one side. I don't want it. Oh my goodness. Shall we just call it a day? Right, that's that. So this is the open side. So I want the glue down there and there. I might have to do this again in a video for the people who are following the Edith thing, because they're never going to follow this. It's monumentally bad. Right, let's pop that over there. Great, finally we have a pocket. We've got a pocket, people. We've made a pocket. Lovely, there we are. Right, so for this one, what happens is, this is the flip bit on the top that's going to have the button on it. This is the paper that's going to cover that. So let's stick that onto there. Without further ado, let's get some business head going here. Get something happening that's right. I can't believe I thought it was all organised. What a disaster. Well, I think in a way you kind of expect it. Maybe you'd be disappointed if it wasn't a disaster. Right, so get that right up into the crease. Make sure it's level with the edges. Like so. Marvellous. Let's fold it over again. Burnish it down. There we go. Then this needs to get stuck onto the back there. Like so. It's kind of going... No, I'm not even saying that. Not even thinking that, to be honest. There we are. So fold that over. Glue it down. I mean, this top part serves no function whatsoever. So if you know, I don't even know why I'm bothering with it, really. I just like the look of it. Yeah, that's fine. So that goes there and that comes down there. See, that's not meeting properly. Needs to be stuck further, slightly further down. Let's try that. Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. So now we need to put a button on the top. So I need it in line with that one, which was just short of 2 inches. So about there, and fairly centrally, I'd say that's about right there. Oh, let's have a drink. Punch that out. There we go, and then just the same thing, just take your brad, and put your button in. Make sure it's pressed right down. Fold your legs open. Legs of your brad open. Put some glue on this. And then we're just going to cover that with a piece of Edith paper for the sake of completeness, which is around somewhere. I had it. Here it is. So I just want it that long, as Julie would say, yay long, meaning a measurement something like that. So let's just cut that off. You all right, Mr. Ruff? Were you going to say something?
No, not
No?
I'm aware of.
Okay. Just thought I heard a sudden intake of breath.
No,
Fair enough.
no, it's just the hamster getting tired.
Yeah, no, nearly there though. Stick with it. Stick with it. It'll all be worth it. All be worth it in the end. I've done 3 of these sides. That side just needs a quick little scoosh over. Let's just glue this in place. You have to work out which way it opens and which way you want the text to read. Don't put it upside down. Which is like something I would do today, I would have thought.
Jen likes it when Julie says we.
Wee! Yeah, she does say that.
It just makes me giggle.
Yeah. She just makes me giggle full stop. Right, so this is going to flip up like that. So we want the text going the appropriate way. Like so. Make sure you've got it stuck down well. Like that. And then we've got our 2 little butterflies to stick on. Fussy cut from the book. I have done so much fussy cutting.
People have called you the queen of fussy cutting several times today.
Have they?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, maybe that's what we should have on the t-shirts. I like that. So I'm just going to pop that. Well, it wants to go there, so let's put it there.
Yes.
And then I've got a teeny tiny one.
I belong to a bunch of fussy cuts.
You could, yeah, no denying it, you could. And this one's just going at the other side, like that. Bit of decoration. Right, do you know what, guys? We're just about there. We are just about there. So we need some twine, which is this stuff. This is 1mm twine. I got it off Etsy. I can't remember who, but if you put in 1mm twine, it will pop up. So I'm gonna just go under that. They're always tight to start with, but don't worry. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to find the middle. I like this way. I saw Tonya from Let's Design Creative doing it this way, and I liked it. So you find the middle and you go under like that, and then you just come round down here and go around once with that bit, and then down here and go the other way like that, so you don't have to tie a knot. And it looks like that, which I like. And I imagine whoever buys it, any of the journals that are done this way, spend ages trying to work out how the hell to open them. My language today is deplorable. Oh dear. Let's put the glues just to one side for the time being. So that's kind of it, right? We've finally got there in the end, and I do like it. For me, it's worth the effort. I mean, I've made it into a drama. It doesn't have to be. Really, it really does not have to be a drama. Just everything I do seems to end up that way. Let's see if this has decided to stick. Yeah, that's stuck really well. And these, yeah, they're stuck. Excellent. So that's our cover. That looks pretty, doesn't it? You must say, if nothing else today, that looks pretty. Right, let's get this stuck onto here then. Where's the collage page? Here it is. So this is the very last entry into our Edith. I haven't even... I haven't even inked around here. Please let this nightmare end. I'm going to have to wipe that off and turn it over and ink it, because I've inked all the others and it just wouldn't look right. What did I ever do to deserve 2 Sundays back to back like this? Who knows? Who knows? It's just a quick whiz round with the ink, but I've done it for all the other pages and it would look really odd if I didn't do it for this one. So yeah, let's get this stuck down then. Anything sticky there? No, we're all right. Right, let's try again, just like that didn't happen. Let's glue this collage in. I do like the idea of the collage pages, and actually they might resurface at some stage. Maybe not Edith, but you know, I like them. I like the whole concept of it. And the fact that, you know, you're using up waste, using up bits of Edith that I couldn't, not big enough for a tag or a pocket or anything, that I just keep hold of because they're Edith. Right, let's get this stuck on. It's at this stage I realise it's the wrong way up or something. That would be typical, wouldn't it? Right, I think that's okay there. Give it a good press down as much as we can, bearing in mind we've got the cover on the other page. There we go. And then this little sucker needs to go. Let me just check that I've got everything done that needs. I can't get in now. Like that. And then this one goes like that. Yeah, lovely. So this is the window pocket. See, that's not even stuck down. See, I could have missed that. I could have missed that. Somebody would have told me, because somebody generally watches. At least one person watches.
I can honestly say it's not me.
Yeah, I know it's not you. So I'm just going to glue the top and the bottom, and then I really do think with a...
Mike likes the collage papers.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks for the compliment in my hour of need.
And Julie says, yep, they're fab, I'm stealing it and blaming you for the idea.
I think maybe at some stage I will come along and put some Edith paper over this, because this has got mucky.
And Karen
or stamp it.
Karen likes your missteps because they encourage you, because she realises it can happen to anybody.
Oh my goodness, of course it can. So that's the card that goes in there. I'm not going to put that in there just yet, because as you've seen I've just glued it. And this is the card that fits into here, hopefully. Then again, no. They always do this to you, don't they, when you're videoing something. Let's get a thin bone folder out and try and encourage that to open. Look at that. Yeah, that's great. And the other one, let's just try it for size. Of course, goes in there. Yeah, I think that's going to be all right, but I just want to let that dry. Let's shut this up again in this fancy convoluted way. That goes like that, and then this goes like that. Lovely. Right, so glue on the back, get it in place. So much for an hour and a half. This is nearly 2 hours.
Yeah, we've still got things to do.
Yeah, 2 hours of a nightmare. Oh my goodness. I'm going to wake up soon and say to Mr. F, oh, I had this nightmare about the live on Sunday, nothing went right.
Takes any longer, you might as well just move on to next week's tag.
It's true. Right, so that's plenty of glue. Let's get this out. Oh, let's just drop it. And centralise that something like, I think that's about right there. Put the lid on the glue. Get your Timmy towel. Wipe that bit of glue off there. Any other glue hanging around? Not that I can see. Let's get some clips out. Will these fit? Yeah, they'll reach. That's perfect. So I'm going to clip that round. Obviously can't clip down this side, so I'll give it an extra special press. These clips are just reaching, but just as good enough. Right, so does it really feel like 3 years since I started this page? Yeah, it does.
The nights were drawing out when we started. I think they're closing in now.
Give over. Right, so that's the page. It's done. The cover is done. We are done. I'm definitely done. Right, so what's going on here? That's that trifold. So there we are. All we need now is a little box to put it in. But you don't have to struggle watching me. We already have it. Here we have it. It's covered in the same Edith fabric as the hinges. It's got Edith pictures all around it. Like that. So it hasn't got a back and a front. Same as the journal hasn't got a back and a front. And it's got little metal feet. Got a butterfly on the bottom. And the journal, I mean, I can't show you because obviously it's clipped to Kingdom Come, but that will fit in there and it will look really quite pretty, I think. So that will be for sale in my Etsy shop tomorrow. It's not going on tonight because I'm too stressed. That's the card that goes in that page that we made, but you know about that. Right, so let's get back to the business of the day. Drawing a prompter. Oh, where's the button? Mr. Button. Here you go, Judy. Mr. Buttonhead.
And Kathy.
And Kathy, yes, Kathy. Yeah, one Mr. Buttonhead.
And his mate.
Oh, and his mate, Toggle. Oh, Toggle looks a bit curious. Raised eyebrow. Yeah, so it could be his wife actually looking at him like that, like, what's that blue button? Could you not have chosen a better colour for your head? Anyway, though, that's the Button family. They're still alive and well. Yeah, the shopping trolley. Yeah, he could actually push that. He's nearly tall enough to push it. But generally he sits in it like that. It's got quite flexible legs, so which babies don't have when you're trying to put them in a trolley. They just go rigid. There we are. So that's that, and his girlfriend or wife is there. So yay! So that's the Button family and their conveyance. Marvellous. Now, what did Mr. F get from the charity shops? Quick. This is just a quick. I mean, he has actually come up with some good stuff, but this is just a really, really quick look through some of the bits that he got. He found these tassels for 50p. Brilliant. I can use those. Definitely I can make earrings out of them. He found these, which are oil pastels, which are great. Oil pastels foam resist. So if you draw something in oil pastel and then spray or paint or anything over it, it won't stick because the oil pastel will repel it. So yeah, that's a good find, that is. For arty days. Yeah, he found this, which I'm not so sure what it is. Turkish miniature carpet. And that is indeed what it is. It's a Turkish miniature carpet. Look. It's like a carpet but miniature. No, I just said that.
It's the same words, just in a different order.
I know. But I mean, if you were doing a boho journal or something, wouldn't that make a fabulous cover? Do you think? It's excellent. So, yeah, he found that. I'll put that away later. And then this, which I think is the find of the week. Find of the month, possibly even. It is the Encyclopedia of Typefaces. Did anybody used to watch The Big Bang Theory? Because Sheldon would have died to own this. It is just a book that is...
Young Sheldon, probably.
A book that's absolutely full of different typefaces, and it's got the whole alphabet. I mean, just cut any of those out, ink them up, stick them on a Timmy page. They're fabulous. I absolutely love them. I couldn't believe it when he brought it home. It's really, really interesting and exciting, and I love it. So there you have it. That was Curious Epitaph. Wow, that's a bit weird, isn't it? So yeah, you found that, and I love it. So thank you very much, Mr. F. You've done really well. He did find other things, but I've actually put some things away, which means they're never going to be found ever again. Right, pass the hat then. Let's have this is for the tag for next week. There's quite a few suggestions in here, Nancy. So, do you want to pull one out? That one. Okay. So, it is Family. Family, and Leslie Ann Keller has suggested that. So that is the tag prompt for next week. Jen and Mike, I'm expecting your tags irrespective of the fact you're in Vegas. Take some scissors and stuff with you and get on with your tag in your downtime when you're counting your money. So Family, that's the tag prompt for next week, and that was suggested by Leslie Ann Keller. So thank you, Leslie Ann. We'll see what the group makes of it. I mean, it doesn't have to be human family, you know. It can be a mummy dog and puppies. It could be a mummy duck and quacklings, whatever they're called.
The Miss P Posse.
Oh, the Miss P Posse, that's a family. So yeah, use the family in the broadest sense. Don't get bogged down with, my sister and my brother and whatever. It doesn't have to be that at all. Like I say, it could be I'm quite fancying doing a duck or a hen with some chicks. I think that might be quite nice. Anyway, that's that. I have struggled on, manfully I think you could say, when really the sensible thing to do would have been to give up ages ago. Yeah, Jen, get working on your tags at the slots. There is no excuse. It's £40 on eBay, that book, blimey. So... What? Oh, Mr. F says it cost him £1. And he's not selling it on eBay. I want it. It's been fun hanging out, ladies. I have ham in the oven. Okay. That's fair enough. I don't. Right, I'm off. What can I say? Thanks, guys, for sticking with me. You're amazing. You really are. We've finished Edith, and like I say, she will be for sale in my Etsy shop tomorrow at some stage. I'll put a note on the group when I put it up. Etsy are particularly awful. They take a huge percentage of the price that I ask, and then they take the same percentage out of the postage. It's really shocking, actually. So, bye. Thanks, guys. Have a lovely what's left of your Easter break, and I'll see you through the week when we'll be starting a new project. This is all I've got to say to you about that at the moment. This is the new project, and so hopefully see you during the week, but I'll definitely see you next Sunday when we will be addressing the tag prompt, which is family. Okay, bye guys, thank you so much. Bye.
Bye everyone, be safe, be happy. Take care in Vegas.
Yes, take care in
Don't
Vegas.
lose all your money.
Don't lose all your money.
And we'll see you again soon. Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye.